For decades, the world ran on a comfortable lie that the middle class was permanent, expanding, and central to society. But the truth is brutal. The middle class is not shrinking, it's dissolving, quietly, mechanically, mathematically. And this collapse has been engineered so slowly, so silently, that most people don't even realize they've already fallen out of the category. Today, we dissect the four forces dismantling the middle class in real time: structural inflation, AI automation, engineered debt dependency, and the emergence of a new, downgraded human workforce. This isn't a future scenario. It's the present, hidden behind optimistic speeches and manipulated statistics. People still believe inflation is temporary. Governments pretend it's unpredictable. But since 2008, inflation has been structurally baked into the global economy. Not accidental, intentional. Energy prices don't just affect electricity or fuel. They affect every product, every service, every supply chain. When energy rises permanently, everything rises permanently. Between 2020 and 2025, global energy costs increased faster than wages in nearly every developed country. The middle class didn't stand a chance. Housing, once the foundation of middle-class stability, has become a luxury asset. In major cities, rent increases outpace salary growth by 200 to 400%. Home ownership rates collapse. Investment funds buy entire neighborhoods. Mortgages require 30 to 40 years of repayment. The middle class now rents its life. The shift to fragile global supply chains and climate-linked disruptions means food costs will never return to pre-2020 levels. A family that could save money 15 years ago now survives month to month. Inflation is not a natural disaster. It's a wealth extraction engine. Real wages stagnate. Savings evaporate. Assets become unreachable. Dependence increases. The middle class is pushed downward while staying convinced it's just a rough period. Inflation is not the storm, it's the ladder being pulled up. For 40 years, automation gutted blue-collar jobs. Now AI is dismantling the white-collar tier, the core of the middle class. Governments and corporations push a hopeful narrative. AI will help workers, not replace them. Reality: AI replaces mid-tier cognitive labor at industrial scale. Corporate structure is mutating into 3 layers: a handful of ultra-specialized engineers, a massive AI infrastructure doing the majority of tasks, a shrinking base of low-paid operators supervising machines. The middle disappears entirely. Accounting, banking operations, customer service, graphic design, marketing, HR screening, legal research, data analysis, software testing, logistics planning, supply chain optimization. These are not future prospects. They're current casualties. Productivity surges, but salaries don't. Why? Because AI-generated productivity doesn't benefit workers. It benefits shareholders and institutions. The middle class becomes economically redundant, too expensive to employ, too replaceable to protect. Fewer humans, more machines, lower costs. A perfect equation, unless you're human. Debt used to be a tool for upward mobility. Today, it's a mechanism of control. The middle class doesn't accumulate wealth anymore. It accumulates liabilities. Home ownership is now a 30 to 40-year cage. Monthly payments consuming income. Adjustable rates increasing unpredictably. Banks owning the property until decades later. Families unable to build savings. A population trapped in mortgages cannot revolt. University degrees were once tickets to middle-class jobs. Now they're financial anchors. People enter adulthood already deep in debt before earning a single paycheck. Credit cards, buy now, pay later systems, long-term car loans. Debt becomes the artificial oxygen of the middle class. Remove it, and the lifestyle collapses. A population drowned in debt is compliant, predictable, busy surviving. Not thinking, not demanding, not rebelling. Debt is not an accident. It's an operating system. Statistical agencies are quietly modifying categories. When the middle class shrinks, they redefine it. When incomes drop, they lower the threshold. When savings disappear, they introduce new indicators. The goal is simple: keep the illusion alive. Most people still feel middle class because they have a smartphone, they have a car, they can afford subscriptions, they buy online. But these are not markers of stability. They're markers of consumption. The real middle class had savings, home ownership, job security, retirement plans, social mobility. Today, these markers are gone. Governments avoid the term decline. They use temporary slowdown, economic adjustment, redefining metrics, new middle income categories. Language becomes anesthesia. People don't see the collapse because it's slow and incremental. 1% here, 2% there, a new fee, a new tax, a new regulation, slightly fewer rights, slightly more dependence. Slow erosion destroys faster than sudden collapse. The next society is already forming. Not a middle class, not an upper class, but a massive layer of downgraded workers performing tasks the AI cannot fully automate yet. The human becomes the assistant of the algorithm, not the opposite. These roles are lower paid, less secure, easily replaceable, designed to vanish once the AI improves. Corporations no longer invest in employees. They invest in systems. Humans serve the system temporarily. When the system upgrades, the human layer is deleted. In the long term, those who design, own, or control AI systems, those who serve them. Everyone else falls outside the new economy. The collapse of the middle class is not a crisis. It's a restructuring, a transition toward a world with a narrow elite, a broad dependent class, a minimal creative class, and a powerful AI infrastructure replacing traditional labor. The middle class was the stabilizing force of the 20th century. Its disappearance will define the instability of the 21st. The collapse is silent, strategic, and irreversible. And when the world finally realizes the middle class is gone, it will be too late to rebuild it. This transmission ends here. The next one is already forming. Stay aware and subscribe to Remain in the Signal.